official.
Hey, what is up, YouTube? Let me make sure my Wi-Fi is on so that everything goes smoothly, and of course, it is. So, how's it going, YouTube? We are, of course, live again with the Bite Size Podcast.
Live from St. Francis
Woo, woo.
campus again. Thanks to your boy Zach paying $4,000 in tuition this semester.
More than that, but... Okay, I think we're live again. Sorry about that. Hopefully we don't have any more issues. Thank you for tuning in to episode 8.
That's
Hey,
more episodes
of the
than the
Bite Size
OG Star
Podcast.
Wars. Just to
The
clarify.
OG Star Wars, not the
Newfangled bullshit.
the overall Star Wars. We're tied. But next 2 weeks from today, we will beat Star Wars' record of 8 episodes. And
Pretty sure there's 2 new movies.
well,
So it's 9.
we don't count those side ones. Rogue One doesn't count. Nobody liked that. I didn't like it anyway.
Oh my god, I can actually comment on this phone.
Oh, what's up, Mickey? Glad to have you here. Glad you can comment. We love having people comment and like and subscribe. Make sure you don't miss that. Helps us out a lot. We actually just broke 300 subscribers on the Back to the Future YouTube channel, so thank you everyone for that. So yeah, today we have some interesting topics to talk about, and it should be a lot of fun as normal. One quick note before we get started though, if you do listen to the audio only version, you will know that last week's episode, or 2 weeks ago, the last episode, the audio is a little bit worse because they actually deleted the files I had on the computer at the studio.
So we're just going to be cutting the audio out from the YouTube version that we did.
Yeah, so the YouTube video's audio is going to be used for the official podcast audio. This week, hopefully that's not going to be an issue. We do have our mic set up again. And,
Which is fine, really, because last time Pro Tools cut out for so long. So you're
that's
actually
true.
going to be hearing all
I forgot
of it.
about that. There was some
Yeah.
bonus content at the end where we actually played the whole song that we played during that podcast. So, unfortunately, that's gone. But if you subscribe on Patreon, there is some bonus content for you. And who knows what other bonus content there will be in the future. So,
Like always, I'm James. This is Zach.
and we're back with another not attack. This podcast becomes brutal like that police and prison one a couple weeks ago. That was a little intense for a minute there, but hopefully, I don't know. I guess we'll see what the topics are because we haven't really discussed them like usual. We find that it leads to better conversation, and I know you said that you've got a good topic. I don't know if you wanted to start.
All right, bro. So you've heard of flat earthers, right?
Yeah.
All right, this has nothing to do with flat earthers.
Okay. Can
There's
I tell you a joke first then?
There's another group of people
Okay.
who call themselves the Hollow Earth Theorists. Have you ever heard of the Hollow Earth Theory?
I haven't.
The Hollow Earth Theory, it says here, the Hollow Earth theorists claim that there are 3 substantial openings in the inner Earth. Meaning they believe that each of the poles, the North Pole and the South Pole,
Are connected
And
with a
in the-
hollow hole?
and the Himalayas all have holes that lead underground, right?
Okay.
And the inhabitants are superhumans and guardians of the planet.
Okay.
I
Is-
want to know what you think about that.
So they're saying that the X-Men are real and living in holes underground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really big holes that nobody can see for some reason.
Man, I feel like a your mom joke is really warranted right here. But I won't go there.
Because my mom's probably watching.
Yeah. So if you're watching Miss Kim, thanks for being here. I didn't make the joke, remember that. But I don't know. That sounds a little crazy. I think the flat earthers are a little bit crazy. And I guess I could see the poles maybe, but I feel like that would be definitive if that was the case, you know? I feel like people have been to the North and South Poles, so they would have seen that. There'd be lots of pictures, and it'd be...
And for those of you watching on YouTube, this is what they believe these holes look like in the middle of the Earth. Just, no one can see them for some reason. All of the boats that have ever passed through the oceans have never run into these very large holes. But there are people who still believe that they are out there.
But it's like the flat earthers. It's like there's so much evidence against it.
You can't prove it, but you can't prove it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, on a deeper level, it's like religion. You can't prove that there's a God, but you can't prove that there's not one. So you can't say
whether or not it's true or not.
Yeah, and you can't prove somebody wrong.
It's all what you choose to believe in at this point, I feel like.
Right. There's
What if there's flat earth, hollow earthers?
They believe in them both?
Yeah, they believe
there's a flat earth and there's a hole?
There's just a hole that leads to the other side, you know? And that's where the reptilians live, aka superhumans.
Superhumans, the lizard people. I could see that. It's all coming together. You know, there's the same rule kind of applies when it comes to like dream theories. You ever seen like a TV show and somebody says, "What if it was all a dream?" It's kind of the same thing. You can't prove that it wasn't. If somebody says, "Yeah, that was all a dream," you know, it's like, no, but I can't prove that, I guess. Like, if that's what you want to believe, then go for it. But personally, I think that sounds just a little bit crazy. I would like to believe that there's superhumans. And I mean, there is, like, crazy super people who can lift trucks with their bare hands. And there's people who can climb crazy mountain heights without any kind of harness or anything. And I mean, there's a show that was all about people who have superpowers, essentially. I think Stan Lee actually did it. He went and found people who had superhuman powers, but they were just humans, real life superheroes. So I would like to believe that, but I don't know if they live in holes under the ground. That might be approaching the too hard to believe. What do you think?
I think let people believe in whatever they want to, I guess. I personally don't think it's true, obviously. Like I said, there's been so many
I was hoping we'd have a heated
and travel
argument about this, too.
All that sorts of shit, and no one's ever actually seen these holes.
Right.
So therefore, no, I do not believe in this.
It's a good theory, though. And I don't know, I feel
and
like...
I'm not shooting anybody down if they do believe that. Like, good for you. You believe in what you want to believe in. I'm just that type of person. Like, I don't care what you believe in, honestly, unless it's something like I really, really, really don't believe in. But it has to be hard for me to argue with you about something you believe in. Because as long as you believe in something, I don't know, I'm not going to shoot you down for your beliefs. I'm not that type of person, no matter what you believe.
Can I put you on the spot a little bit then?
What's that?
If your girlfriend Mickey said that she believed in not only a flat earth, but also holes in the earth, would you look at her differently? Would you try and change her mind, or would you try and accept that and learn about it more? Or
I mean, I wouldn't try to change her mind, but then again, I also wouldn't try to switch over just because she can believe in whatever she wants to believe in, and I'll believe whatever I want to believe in, and we have a mutual agreement. Like, we're not going to judge each other because of those things, you know what I mean? We're in the relationship for our personalities, not because of what we believe in. It's not like we got together like, oh, you're a flat earther, so am I. Let's date.
Let's be together because we both believe in holes in the middle of the earth.
Right. Me and my girlfriend are together because I truly enjoy her company and she truly enjoys my company, hopefully.
She says, whatever, you give me so much shit. And that's probably true, but I think it would be in a loving way.
I'd give you shit, but it'd be in like a funny way. It wouldn't be like a, wow, your beliefs are stupid type of way.
Yeah.
It'd be more like, so you want to go visit these holes in the earth? Or... I don't know.
Okay.
I'd give you shit, but I wouldn't
loving
debate with you, yeah.
Yeah, it would be, you got to give people you care about some crap. I mean, if you don't give the people you care about some crap, then I don't know.
Let me ask you another question, man. Do you believe that I joke around too much?
Well, I think too much is a very relative term. To me, no. I mean...
Because my girlfriend Mickey believes that no matter what I say, she can never tell if I'm kidding or not.
There is times I can't tell if you're kidding or not, but general rule of thumb, I take it as you're kidding, and then if you keep going with it, then I can start to tell that you're not kidding. But first impression, I tend to go with you're kidding. But it is hard to tell. I'll give her that. But
So I do joke too much then.
I wouldn't say you joke too much. It's just hard to tell sometimes when you're joking and when
I'm
you're
just a happy
passionate about
person,
something.
and I like to watch people smile. I don't know. I like telling
yeah.
jokes. It makes me feel better about myself when people laugh at me, you know?
Laugh with you or at you?
Both.
Fair enough.
I don't care, to be honest. You can laugh at me all you want, as long as you're laughing and having a good time and enjoying yourself.
As long as you're making them
Yeah.
happy in some way.
Yeah, exactly. As long as I'm putting a smile on your face, why should it matter? But
Yeah,
anyways,
that's-
on to your topic. What do you got for me this week, bro?
Okay, well, I want to just quick fire some things for you. And some of these we've talked about, some of these we haven't as much. So just because it's quick fire doesn't mean we can't go in depth a little bit on some of them if you've got stronger beliefs on some than others, okay? And I'll give my opinion after if you want. Okay, so the first one, do you believe in ghosts?
I do believe in spirits, yes. I do believe in the paranormal.
Do you believe in them in the sense that they're around us and moving and...
Constantly, yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So do I. Have you ever had any experiences?
Well, my mom claims that my grandmother likes to play tricks on us. Like, sometimes doors will be open that we left closed or stuff like that. It's just, me and my mom believe it's my grandma's way of talking to us or letting us know she's there, you know? So, there's just random stuff that happens every once in a while. Like, we'll hear a noise or something will move by itself or stuff like that. And we just like to believe that it's my grandma keeping an eye on us.
Yeah, that makes sense. One time I saw a family of ghosts, or at least I thought I saw a family of ghosts, and it's kind of a weird story. I was at a friend's house. It was a really old house. It used to be like a grocery store, but they turned it into a house after the place closed down or whatever, and I was sitting in his bedroom, the door was open, and I was the only one upstairs, and I saw a little girl and a mom and a dad, and they were transparent. I mean, it was almost like you would see in a movie. And they were just walking in a straight line, and they went just straight through the room and then out the wall, like where the roof was. And it was crazy. They were all wearing like old-timey clothes, and they just walked through the room and were gone. And maybe I was hallucinating it or something. I don't know. It was crazy, but that's the only time I've actually felt like I've seen a ghost or had an experience.
Right.
But no, I believe in that too, and I think little things like that, even when like my grandma who passed away, you guys would know that from episode 3 of the Bite Size Podcast. I'll see butterflies, and she was really into butterflies, and I don't think that's necessarily directly a ghost or a spirit, but I think it's related somehow. You know, if she really likes butterflies and I didn't see them before, but now I'm seeing them a lot more, surely that's related somehow. And I know a lot of people have experiences like that. Like you said, even the door shutting and stuff, I think it's a sign. Everything happens for a reason, you know?
Definitely.
Okay, so the next question, do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Just yes. Do you?
I believe that with how large our universe is, we can't be the only living things here. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You're telling me our vast universe out there only contains one planet that holds life forms? I don't believe it in any way at all.
Fair.
I believe maybe they're not on the planets that we can see or discovered yet. Maybe there's other planets out there that we have not discovered because they don't want us to discover them because they're aliens and their technology is better than ours.
Is their technology better than ours, though? Do you believe that these aliens are like little green men? Or do you think that they're like amoebas? Are they just...
Who knows until we see one, I guess. I don't believe the whole green men, big black eyes type, fucking stereotypical aliens. I mean, shit, for all we know, they could be humanoids like us, just humans, but
Yeah.
from a different planet, more advanced, less advanced, maybe, who knows? I guess until we find out for sure, we'll never know. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, I definitely think that there's life outside of Earth. I mean, they even found a bunch of water on Mars, so that's got to mean something. And shoot, there could be a planet that's just a bunch of kittens, and we don't, it's still life.
Have you heard this theory about we lived on Mars before and then we had to move to Earth?
I did
And
hear
now
that.
we're
You might
trying
have told me
to
about that,
move
actually.
Back to Mars.
Yeah.
There's a theory out there that basically, if anybody's never heard it, there's a theory that we came from Mars. Basically, like we depleted all the resources on Mars, so we spent a spaceship with quote unquote Adam and Eve to Earth, and that's how life began on Earth. Some people actually do believe that, and now we're trying to go back because we're depleting all the resources on Earth.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good theory. If life started from Mars, that would explain why it's reachable and why it's at a place where the climate's not livable and why there's water there. I mean, it makes sense that we could have lived there at one point.
But I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before. My thing is, why wouldn't it be written down somewhere in history?
Documented better. Yeah. I know.
Why did history start when it did if we already had spaceships to get us from Mars to Earth? Why couldn't we have pen and paper to do all those things? And why did it take us this long to advance back to where we were on Mars? You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Now, one theory is that
if we were smart enough, we would have sent people from Mars to Earth who could set up everything that we already had on Mars. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't just send two idiots over like, hey, go re-inhabit, and hopefully someday in the future, you'll be where we are now.
Unless it was a last resort kind of thing.
And if we're trying to clear everybody off of Mars because everybody's dying, why only send 2 people?
Right. One theory is that the whole Bible is actually like documentation from Mars, and it's all like religion is true, but it's all God is a guy who was on Mars who ruled stuff, and it's kind of a trippy theory when you think about it, but the whole thing, it's got hints that make sense.
But in the Bible, they use actual places from Earth, though. They say like Egypt or the Nile or shit like that.
But maybe those things on Earth were named after similar places on Mars at one point or something. I'm not sure.
I guess we'll never know until
we get to Mars. Maybe maybe we'll find books and books of documentation of when we lived there before. That would be crazy. That would be
that's another thing. There's no remnants of anything on Mars
that we found yet. But we haven't really been there yet, so I don't know.
I mean, the rover's been there for years now, though.
Yeah, but I can only search so much, and if everything was destroyed to the point of becoming Mars, I don't know, maybe everything just got destroyed. It's probably something that we'll never know, and maybe it's too far-fetched to actually believe, but we could be aliens. Maybe we are the aliens.
Yeah, we're Martians, just came to Earth.
Exactly.
A while ago. Who knows? Let us know what you guys think about all these subjects as well.
We're definitely curious. You can leave a comment and let us know. Okay, the next question. Do you believe in miracles? And I know we've talked about this one a little bit.
I personally do, because I believe I was in a miracle. Seeing that I'm still alive after being hit by a fucking freaking truck.
Yeah.
I personally believe in miracles just because I believe one's happened to me, yes.
That's a good point.
Answer.
Yeah, I mean,
Do I believe miracles happen every day and it just happens instantly? No. Do I believe in stereotypic miracles, like one day you're paralyzed and Jesus touches you and you can walk again? Probably not that type of shit.
Yeah.
It's definitely a miracle that I'm alive, though, after being hit by a snowplow. I'd say, personally, just because, I'm the one who got hit by the snowplow. Yeah, miracles, I definitely believe in miracles. I don't believe in stereotypical miracles, like I said, but miracles nonetheless.
For sure, yeah. I think that's hard to argue with.
Now, I have a question. Are all these questions leading up to something specific, or are these just random questions?
They're mostly just random. I mean, if you want to go really, really deep, I could say, do you believe in God?
I
That's-
believe in a God. I don't know which one it is. I've chosen to find out after I die which God it is, and hopefully, if said God is real, he'll understand, and hopefully, he has enough understanding to see where I'm coming from and let me into heaven. But if not, it's my own fault. You know what I'm saying? It's what I choose to do. I'm not saying everybody should. Like, if you believe in something and it helps you out, go ahead. Like, more power to you. Just me personally, I believe in a God, just don't know which one yet. And I choose to know that when it's too late.
Well, I mean, not necessarily when it's too late, but when you can. Okay, sorry to drop it again. We're back. Man, technology, I tell ya.
I wonder how many times in all the podcasts that we've shown on YouTube, how many times we're just like, because we're staring at the phone.
I know.
See if it's working or
Yeah, it's not you, Mickey. It's us.
not. Oh, what'd she say?
She asked if we're freezing or if it's just her internet.
It's
Yes,
us.
that's
It's
YouTube.
us.
I'm sorry. It's the internet here. It's my phone, YouTube. I don't really know.
We're
But
in a basement, technically,
yeah,
so the signals aren't the best.
and I feel like as we sit in the recording studio at a Catholic school, talking about if we believe in God is a little bit sacrilegious. We might get struck by lightning as we leave here, saying anything other than.
Well, if we do, then I will
Catholicism
believe in
ruling.
God then.
But
You know what I'm saying? Like, that will be
Yeah,
enough of a sign.
that's what you're saying.
Smite me, oh mighty smiter.
Love that movie.
Yeah. If need be.
Yeah, don't smite me for no reason. Especially you, because you've already been smited once. It was a miracle that you survived.
Of course.
But no, I agree with you because if you believe in Buddhism and then you die and it's, you know...
Fun fact, before Buddha died, he told people not to praise him. Did
Really?
you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Before Buddha died, he said, I am not a god, I am not a prophet, do not praise me. Do not
Wow.
worship me in any kind of way. And now we have a whole religion based off of it.
It's crazy. I feel like you shouldn't worship anyone. Almost. You gotta live your best life. Bo Burnham has a great song called "From God's Perspective," and that's exactly what I think. If you want love, the love's got to come from you, is what he says. It shouldn't come from you trying to do things.
We're all hoping that we die and go to paradise, but really we could make Earth paradise. You know what I'm saying? As long as Bo Burnham's basically saying, why do you need to believe in a higher power when we could believe in each other and everything would be okay?
Right.
You know
Can
what
we
I'm
make
saying?
Earth heaven instead of waiting to die to live in heaven? Live your best life now.
Like, a lot of people see Bo Burnham as a comedian, singer, but really, if you listen to his songs, they've all got great points. He speaks on a lot of real stuff.
Hashtag deep.
Yeah, there's that hashtag deep. Even repeat stuff, which he makes fun of the music artists
But it's
for
so true.
always repeating choruses or always repeating verses or just making their lines completely
Nonsensical.
yeah.
Just to sell.
Yeah, exactly. Like the brownish, greenish, bluish eyes part of his whole song.
Right. Yeah. It's
I like that you have two arms, or
things that apply to everybody, just so
Yeah.
that they can sell music, make
I
people
like
think
your
they're talking to
skin.
them.
Like, yeah, everybody
Yeah.
has skin. Therefore, you're talking to everybody. So therefore, everybody thinks it's about them, and then you just repeat it over and over again, and that's how.
And it's so true about
The
the
pop
state
game
of
is
music
nowadays.
today,
Yeah.
how things are. But
And you got dudes who are doing their own thing, talking about real shit, and nobody's gonna sign them because they're not.
commercial enough.
Yeah, they're not. I don't know. Not Hollywood enough. They're not repeating
They're not a
themselves
sellout.
every line. Yeah, exactly.
And not that there's anything wrong with being commercially successful, but I
But
think
if
the
you can do
music's
it
got
on
to
your
speak
own
to you.
without
And
a
it's got to
big
mean
label,
something. Yeah.
If you could do it on your own without a huge label or start your own label, like Chance the Rapper did, he's doing big things and he's by himself. He didn't sign to anybody. He's just does his own thing, just kind of like Russ, whom I don't like all that much, but he's still an independent rapper who's doing his own thing, and I don't know. Bo Burnham speaks a lot about how messed up the music industry is nowadays. I'm a huge fan of Bo Burnham, and I know Zach is a small fan, if not a big fan.
I'm a big fan too. Bo Burnham's great.
But yeah,
I'm sure you all know who he is, but check him out if you don't.
Yeah.
Especially from God's perspective, because that plays a lot into what we were just talking about.
And Bo Burnham is one of the OG YouTubers, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So,
you gotta respect him just on that front.
Yeah. From day one, Bo Burnham has been on YouTube, which is pretty awesome. Well, not from day one, I'd say. But as soon as YouTube started popping off, Bo Burnham's like, I'm putting my
He was
music
early
on there.
days, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And he did it for fun, not to sell out. So that's awesome, too. Yeah, I mean, make YouTube videos because you love doing it. Make music because you love doing it. Do whatever you do because you love doing it. And then success will come because you're doing it because you love it.
Even at the end of Bo Burnham's live show, what he does, We Think We Know You, which speaks a lot on his own behalf, like what people think of him or how they're looking at him or how people think he's cooler now because he's on TV and he's got so many views and he's on Netflix and they're inviting him to all sorts of stuff, whereas in high school they didn't really talk at all or anything like that, but now they're all cool because he's famous. And I don't know, that's one of the deepest songs but one of the coolest songs. If you really pay attention to it, you're like, man, he goes through a lot of shit when you think about it.
Oh yeah, and it's so easy to be bogged down by the offensiveness that you sometimes don't get the full meaning of some of his stuff. And that's unfortunate because he's got a lot of good meanings behind his songs.
And while we're speaking on artists, go ahead and check out Killjoy Official. KYLLJOY Official.
KYLLJOY.
Yeah, one word, Killjoy.
If you're into dubstep and house music, he's great. I showed him to a couple people at work the other day, and they loved him. And he does the theme song for this podcast, so...
The audio version of the podcast, he does.
Yeah, we might have to start the live version so other people can hear it live. But I do want to ask you one more question. I think we got time for one more, and it's a bit of a doozy, so are you ready?
Sure.
It's a little controversial, so I don't know how deep into this you want to go, but do you believe in white privilege?
White privilege? Yes. Yes, I do. I do believe that white privilege is a thing. Absolutely. I also believe that there's black privilege and Mexican privilege. It just depends on where you're at, I guess. I don't know. Yes, I do believe in white privilege. I do believe that maybe white people, get away with a lot more things than black people would. I believe in white privilege doesn't mean that I like white privilege. Like, I hate the fact...
You don't agree with it, but you believe that it's a thing.
I believe that it's a thing. I don't like it at all. I believe that everybody should be equal. That's just me. I'm a millennial.
But should they be equal? I mean, I'm not saying that people should be discriminated against, but I think...
But do you think that white people should have a better advantage than others?
In that scenario, no. Nobody should have a leg up.
White privilege is bullshit, I think.
Yeah. It's definitely not good. It's not beneficial to society as a whole. But I think that sometimes it can have, not even just white privilege, black privilege, Mexican privilege. Like you said, everybody's got stereotypes that form who they are, and you gotta admit, people can be affected as they're getting raised by these stereotypes.
Like, no offense, but as a white dude, I cannot go into the hood and be safe.
Exactly.
Therefore, that hood, black privilege.
Which makes sense. Hopefully you guys get where we're coming from. We're not trying to be racist. It's not a race issue more. It's different people have different problems. Different people have different things that are easier for them. I mean, if you see a white basketball player, they're a lot more often judged.
Yeah, back to music. White rappers.
Exactly. People get judged hardcore for being a white rapper.
Or white R&B singers.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
I mean, if a white dude started doing mariachi music, you'd look at him a little funny. And that's, I mean,
And it's wrong. It's completely wrong.
yeah,
to
anyone
look
should
at
be able to
somebody-
do whatever they want.
Yeah, exactly. If I enjoy playing mariachi music, who are you to tell me that I can't just because I'm white? Or judge me on it because I'm white? That's stupid.
Yeah. And I think a
That's
lot
just
of
me.
people,
There's a lot of people out there who are like, yeah, fuck you. You can't play mariachi music, which is fucked up. And I don't think the world should be like that. Which comes back to what Bo Burnham was saying. Why can't we all just get along and make it paradise on earth instead of having all these privileges or, separating classes or, I don't know. It goes into a very big conversation that we could have had an entire podcast about, honestly, I think.
oh yeah. I think that privilege in general is messed up. No one should have any kind of leg up. There was a meme kind of thing I saw on Facebook a while back, and it was a little black boy and a little white boy, and it said that the white boy got a haircut so that his teacher would get him mixed up with the African American kid because they had the same haircut, and he didn't realize that their skin color made the teacher tell him apart. He just saw his friend. He saw another person.
Right. Children
And-
don't have that until you teach them that.
Right. But these stereotypes are ingrained in the world, so it's hard to say that white privilege or black whatever isn't a thing.
Because it definitely is. For
It's
sure.
bad, but it exists. The next step is to figure out how to combat that. So, I do think we are getting disconnected again, but we are almost done. I've got one more thing to say. I don't know if you have anything to say once we get back on. But for those of you watching, we're probably frozen right now. Audio only version, you should be able to get all the audio. So
Hopefully, because we are using something new to record the audio today. So
yeah, so
hopefully
we'll see how it
works
all
and
goes.
we can save it and get it out to those platforms for you guys who like to listen to us and not see our ugly mugs.
All right, Mickey says we're not frozen, so that's good.
All right. Well,
Um,
let's say what we need to before we are
Okay,
frozen.
yeah. The last thing I wanted to do, I like to start these things with a quote, but we're gonna end it with one today. Unless you have anything else to add.
No.
All right. Well, if you have anything to add in reaction to this quote,
No,
go
I
ahead.
do not.
Today in my yoga class, my teacher gave us a quote, and it said, "We all see ourselves as piles of problems instead of focusing on the solution, which is joy." Essentially, don't think about the problems you've got. Just focus on being happy, because happiness can solve your problems. If you've got issues with people or with things,
Stop looking at the bad things in life and start enjoying the good things.
exactly, we can all come together and be
One big pile of problems, but as long as we're having fun, who cares?
right. As long as we're a big pile of problems as the human race,
Together as one.
then we can
trying
fix our
to help
problems.
each other fix each other's problems. It would be great.
And music is great for that.
So today's episode is all about peace and love, guys.
Yeah, we're hippies now. Also, while music is great for peace and love, so is listening to podcasts. So you can check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Spotify.
Spotify, Stitcher, pretty much anywhere podcasts can be found. Bite Size Podcast will be there waiting for you. And Patreon's got bonus content. Make sure you hit subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss us when we go live every other Thursday. So we're going to head out, and we will see you in 2 weeks from today. Hope to see you there.
2 weeks. Peace out, YouTube.
Bye, everybody.